Mr. Ishak, it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Can you just tell us a brief about who you are?
Thank you. Well, my name is Ishaku Abdulkadir Gwamna. I am a software developer and I'm also into anything IT. I love reading, swimming, playing video games, and I'm also on the side a graphic designer and a researcher as well.
Interesting. It appears everything that defines you revolves around the IT sector.
Yeah, you could say that. Anything technology, it excites me.
That, as I want to believe, is the genesis of MyQ solution. The IT appreciation and love for it.
Exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can you share with us what are your interests and passion? What gives you this flow for life? What provides you with the energy and boost that you need to keeping on?
Well, at the bottom of it all, my biggest interest is my society.
Okay.
Because you look at my society right now, you see a lot of problems. Well, my interest lies a lot in intellectualism, especially reading, researching, finding new ways of doing things.
And your passion?
Well, my passion, what gives me the biggest excitement is seeing how I take an idea from a concept or an idea just inside my head and bringing it to life, seeing it grow and blossom into something good. That's my passion.
Changing, innovating.
Yep. And there is the latest word too in the industry buzzing called disruption.
What?
Disruption.
Disruption. Now, can you give us more insight on that?
Well, disruption is any new way of doing existing stuff is disruptive. That's why you hear in the industry, in the startup ecosystem, disruptive innovation, disruptive technology. The example you take Uber, they've disrupted the whole taxi industry. It's the same taxi, the same services, but provided in a different way. So that's disruptive.
Fantastic. New trend.
New trend, yeah.
Now, you're an entrepreneur. What inspired you to go that path?
Well, three things. We have number one, autonomy. Number two, purpose. Number three, challenge. Autonomy in the sense that you conceive an idea, you follow it up, you take it to the visible, usable end. Purpose is that behind whatever you are doing, there is a bigger purpose, bigger than you, bigger than anything superficial. Something that it's holistic, I can say. Well, and then the third one is challenge. The difficulty, the rigorousness that comes with the process. I mean, the whole process to, you going through it with the end in mind is another inspiration that comes with what inspired me to be an entrepreneur in the first place. These three things, I think it will pass for my inspiration.
So far, what has entrepreneurship, what kind of impact has it had in your life in terms of your beliefs, the way you see life, and how you address challenges as an entrepreneur?
Well, the biggest impact entrepreneurship has had in my life is on the social aspect.
Okay.
Socially, I see how the things that I do have impact on other people's life. At this level, I can't say the whole world because we are not there yet, but I can say with the people that interact with, my co-founders, business partners, supposed business partners that we come around with. You meet a person, he has his own prejudices about you, but by the time you tell him what you do, you see the excitement, the belief in his face, and it gives me actually the joy that actually what I'm doing is having a profound excitement and emotional impact on other people around me.
So the impact that translates from your efforts, both commercial and social, gives you pride and pleasure in that, and in the acquaintances that is developed along the way.
Right.
Those entrepreneurship give to you.
Right.
Beautiful. Is there any peculiar trait, attitude as an entrepreneur that you believe is a prerequisite to moving from point A to point B? Now we're looking at, from your own point of view, experience that you've had as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, there's quite a, you see, first of all, entrepreneurship, before you get to the doing it, there is the being part of it. You have to be somebody, and being has a lot to do with traits. You have to be a person of certain character for you to be able to play through it and be with it. In my opinion and in my belief, number one thing about being an entrepreneur is, first you have to believe that you can do it. You have to sign that covenant with yourself. Number two, persistence. Number three is patience. You have to persist in whatever you are doing. Sometimes it may seem gloomy, the end might not be rightly in sight, but then the persistence in you, it's a trait, and plus the patience that you have to wait on things to happen. These three things, belief, persistence, and patience, I think any entrepreneur that actually adopts this will see the light at the end of the tunnel.
That light in that tunnel is sharp. Saw. And in that, it gave birth to MyQ. Believe, persistence, patience, give birth to MyQ. Can you tell us how MyQ started, the history of MyQ?
Right. That makes me laugh every time I'm being asked this. Yes, because it happens by accident, but not really by accident, but we can say by accident, 50-50. MyQ started on my way back to school when I was going through the commercial mass transit system in Gombe.
Gombe, where is that?
Gombe is in the northeastern state. That's my hometown.
Okay.
So on my way to Abuja to board my flight, I was waiting on a vehicle to get filled up before we start travel. So I saw a board where they keep the record of all the current vehicles currently queuing and loading passengers. So I asked for what the table is for.
Okay.
And the station clerk came over and he was like, okay, they keep track of all the vehicles, how they load